Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The One with Reality, featuring a blonde and a redhead. We are here to record episode 4 today, and we are so excited. Megan, tell them what we're talking about today.
Yeah, so if you guys have been listening or follow us on social media, you saw that we took last week off because we are actually both in Utah right now. We're doing it together. If you watch on YouTube, you can tell. So as we were playing around in Utah, we went to record the podcast and we were just having so much fun, enjoying life, that we didn't want to take the time to record the podcast. So we decided we would just push it back a week. And so we figured that this episode would be on just slowing down in life and enjoying the beauty around you in the moment and kind of where you are in life right now. Right, Casey?
Yeah, no, I think it's something that I definitely struggle with. And I think a lot of other people in their early 20s struggle with, like, being content in this phase of life and that you're always, like, working for the next phase, but to be just, like, content and happy with where you're at and what you have going for you. And so, yeah, we thought it was, like, a perfect week to talk about that. I know some of you were waiting for our NFL episode.
Yes. We have had a lot of you guys actually ask us if we're going to be doing that one this week, which we were. But we had a few people that were going to do it with us need to reschedule, and I'm not in Miami with those people at the moment. So we are going to be pushing that one back a few episodes, but it is coming. So be ready for it. Yeah.
So don't worry, we're still going to do it just later. But so most of you, I hope, have seen the TikTok trend that guys are doing right now that are saying, like, oh, she's a 5, but she has this, blah, blah, blah. And then the boy, like, rates what she actually is. So we wanted to do that to start our podcast off with. So me and Megan have written down a few he's a number, but, and we are going to ask each other. So Megan, what's your first one?
Okay. Let's see. He's a 3, but he has a boat.
I did that same one.
No way. You know what our heart's at.
So he's a 5, but he has a boat. Let's see. If he's 3 and he has a boat, he's 8.5.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
I like going on the boat.
Yeah.
He's an 8, but he doesn't cut his toenails.
Oh my gosh, guy. Ew. Like, how long do they get?
Like, long.
Gagging.
Up a shoe size.
Gagging. Okay,
up
no.
A shoe size.
Like, does he even make it a 1?
No. Automatic no.
I don't know. That's gross. Okay. He's a 10, but still lives with his parents.
Does his parents have a nice house?
Defeats the purpose.
8. You can still move. You know that movie with Matthew McConaughey and that girl that's so great, and he's still failure to launch, and he, like, still lives in his house, and she gets him to move out?
No,
That's
I don't.
Still hot. I'm going with an 8 on that one.
That's impressive.
Okay. He's a 9, but he's a drug dealer.
All right. That one's going to have to be probably. Does 0 count, or do we have to go with 1?
0 counts.
Yeah. Okay. 0 it is.
0 it is.
Don't care how pretty the jewelry is. Okay. Oh, he's a 9, but always has to back in when he parks.
That's my literal boyfriend.
I cannot stand that.
Backs in always. I think it's sexy though. So, 13.
Wow.
He's so good at driving. I'm so proud of him.
It's just such a waste of time when they have to do that.
No, it's so sweet. It was actually really funny. He, like, backed into a spot one time, and we get out and there's a sign there. This is, like, head in only.
See? A waste of time.
It was that day. Okay. He's a 10, but he chews with his mouth open.
3.
Oh. Boys be warned.
That's obnoxious.
That's a lot of points lost.
Especially if, we're PMSing that week, you probably might die.
You might get your head off, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. He's a 2, but will pay for everything and anything you want.
A 3.
It's pretty good.
Because there's 10 that'll pay for everything, too. Some of them won't, but...
Like trips to Greece and all that good stuff.
Oh, then a 5.
Okay, pretty good.
That's all I had. Do you have any more?
No, I had a hard time coming up with those in general.
Yeah, that's so funny that we both said an ugly guy with a boat.
Yeah. I mean, you got a boat and your number really just skyrockets.
It skyrockets.
There's something about boating.
I love boating. I remember I met this guy and he invited me on his boat and I wasn't into him at all. But I was sitting on his boat and I was looking at him.
Is this the one with the girlfriend?
Yeah, I don't think he has a girlfriend anymore.
He did at the time.
He did. It was like a group activity. It was fine. Anyways, I'm on his boat and I was like looking at him and I look at my friend and I was like, you know what? He's kind of cute. He's not that bad. So, I don't know. It really does. I don't know if it's just like being on a boat just makes you look better. I don't know.
I think we've all lowered our standards look-wise for somebody who owns a boat.
Mm-hmm. I'll do it again.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big priority. You guys, I kind of have like a trucker vibe going on today.
She's wearing a trucker hat.
I kind of like it. Well, we had matching outfits on, so I had to go change.
It was cute. She doesn't like it.
I didn't. She likes to do that to me all the time. So, you guys want to hear the cutest story since, we're here back on the podcast. Thought I'd bring it to you. I was at Publix the other day with my roommate and my parents. They always tell us never to turn down any quarters, pennies, whatever, if you see it on the ground. I look down and I see a quarter and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Jordan, look. And she turns around and she's like, what? I was like, I found a quarter. And I was so excited. I was like jumping up and down. And all of a sudden this guy looks at me and he's like, you found what? And I was like, a quarter. And it was this homeless guy. And he started celebrating with me. He was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I gave the quarter to him and I was like, it's all for you, buddy. And he had the biggest smile on his face and he was like, oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. And you guys, it was so cute. I don't know.
I think that homeless man was just jealous that you found the quarter instead of him.
No.
He was like, that's supposed to be my quarter.
I bought him a piece of gum that day in the gumball machine.
Aw, that's what he got.
I know. Brightened everybody's day up, didn't it?
Brightened mine up, that's for sure.
It was so fun.
That's so good. I love that, just the little tiny things in life can just make you so happy. I've heard that story from her probably 4 times.
I told her I had to tell it on the podcast because it was just too good to not tell.
It was a really good story.
It was so good.
I have a cute homeless story, too. It was a few weeks ago. I was walking to work. I had to be there at 7-something in the morning. I just had a big t-shirt on and some shorts. Not really a lot of makeup, my glasses on. I looked like a swamp monster. And I was walking. I was using a Free People bag as my purse that day. I was just walking and I was like, no one would try to rob me because I look homeless. And I was just thinking that. And I turned the corner and there's this homeless person there. And instead of asking me for money, she was like, hey, do you got a cig? And I was like, dang it, do I really look like I have a cig? And that's when I was like, other people think I look homeless as well. So it's a great day.
Oh, gosh.
I walked into work and I was like, guys, I got mistaken for a homeless person today.
That's rough. Remember how Dad said you need to spruce yourself up at work?
I look fine at work. He's never seen me at work before. He's never been there. So he doesn't know.
If someone mistaked you for a homeless person, I don't know.
Maybe she was blind.
You gotta sing. Ew.
You got an extra cig. And I just said, no, sorry, but I have cash. I didn't say that, but I should.
You should go buy your own pack.
I don't even know how to buy cigarettes.
You don't know how to buy them?
I've never.
Well, neither have I, but I would imagine you just ask the clerk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They'll have to recommend brands if you go do that.
I don't plan on it.
Anyways, we had a purpose for this podcast. It wasn't a cigarette ad or anything, that's for sure. I knew this would happen.
Richard. Did it end our recording?
Really?
Richard? We're in the middle of recording. Yeah. I called you like 15 minutes ago, and I was immediately declined. And I looked at Megan and I said, see, this is why I think he doesn't love me anymore.
She's so dramatic, Richie. I don't know how you do it.
Don't make me sad again. Just go on sad.
Okay, call him back. We love you, Richie, but you gotta finish this podcast real fast.
I know. Okay, can I call you after? Okay, love you.
Bye, Richie. Okay, so we did have a purpose for this podcast. It was not a cigarette ad or anything like that. That was Casey's wannabe cute homeless story that came out of nowhere.
It was cute.
I'm sure she was. Anyway, back to our purpose. Casey, do you want to give the world a little bit of advice today on this beautiful sunny day in Utah?
It's like 50 degrees here today.
It's freezing.
It's so cold. I would love to give some people advice. So about a year ago or so, right when I first transferred schools, I was comparing myself to everyone's success, all the people that were like graduating when I should have been graduating, or like all the people that have these really cool jobs, or the successful 21-year-olds. I don't know who they are, but I bet they're out there. I just thought I'd be one of them. And I just like kept thinking I needed to like be doing more or like be further in life than I was. And then kept having to remind myself like, hey, you're in your early 20s. Like, you're not going to have your life put together. You're not going to be like in a good paying career already. Like, you're very young. And I kept having to remind myself like over and over again to just be happy where I was. And I mean, I think it's so hard too with social media, just constantly throwing in your face what other people are doing. Like, this person's doing that and that. And that all might be a lie anyways, because people are only going to post the cool things that they're doing and look so put together on social media. And it made me feel like I wasn't there. So I really just had to like stop comparing myself to them. And I started like really enjoying where I was and like what I was doing. Like, I'm still in school and that's fine. It's so much better than like being a full adult paying for all your own stuff.
It is better.
I've heard horrible things about adulting. So I'm totally fine not doing that yet. But I just think that was something that we should definitely talk about on this.
Yeah, I agree. I think, well, we do coffee time with our dad every morning. Well, not every morning, but we try to do it most mornings. Casey usually sleeps through them. But my dad and I do coffee time. But Casey was up for this one today. And, well, let's just say my dad is really worried about me, which I get it. I'm worried about myself. So he sat me down and he said, Megan, you really need to come up with a life plan, and I would like to hear it tomorrow. It's like, you want my life plan?
He's like, nothing crazy, just the next 10 years, okay?
Yeah. He's like, where you want to be? Like, career, financial, I don't know, squeeze a husband in there somewhere, maybe.
He was like, figure out what age you want to start having kids.
Yeah.
Right now.
All this stuff. And he's like, you want this tomorrow? Yes. Actually, I might have a few hours later today if that'd work better for you. I was like, all right. And so I think that's where Casey and I are kind of like, yeah, like I'm older than Casey. I do need to get my ducks in a row. I get it.
Her ducks are in a wood chipper.
Oh, if even. So, yeah, I get where Casey's coming from because that was me. And I mean, it still kind of is me. I'm like, I should be doing a lot better in life, which I should at this point. But it was kind of funny because Casey and I both got the talk this morning that we really need to be in just, I don't know, focusing on our future a little bit more. So we were like, well, yes. But also we're trying to focus. It's summer. Let's just focus on being content with where we are enjoying life and slowing down. I am not a slow down person. So that is something I'm really trying to focus on. And well, I would say we did that this past weekend as we were in the wilderness.
Oh, we just bummed around, went and had fun, wasn't worried about like work or stressing about any of that. We literally just like enjoyed. I watched the whole season of Stranger Things.
She did, and that season is long.
It was good. But I mean, one thing, I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh, I've been like so lazy and unproductive this week, blah, blah, blah. We're young and we don't need to work every single day of our lives. Like, make sure you like slow down, take a deep breath, go have some fun. It is summer, get out there, go do something fun. I mean, I'm going to go back to Georgia, I'm going to work all summer, but I mean, right now this week, I'm going to do something fun and I'm going to just enjoy. Okay, so we talked about earlier, like, comparing yourself to others on social media and how everyone looks so put together on their Instagram and so successful and they're doing all this stuff. I was back home last winter and I had like just switched majors again. And I was just like, I am going nowhere. Like, this is just not going well. I switched majors again. I'm now further behind. And I was just like not feeling great. And I went to the mall and I ran into someone I went to high school with. And she came up to me and she was like, you are so put together. Like, how are you doing this? And I was just like, what? And she was like, you're like already doing what you want to do. Like, I don't even know what I want to do. Like, I don't even know what major to pick and all this stuff. And she was like so stressed and thought that I had the answers. And I was just like, I think those exact same thoughts every single day. Like, I promise you, I'm sorry I made it look like so put together and I was so successful on my Instagram because I promise you that's not what's happening in real life. And I was just like talking to her and I was like, girl, I just switched majors again too. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sorry I made it look that way. But it was kind of so nice to be like, oh, we all think this. Like, thank you for like sharing that with me because I've been stressing that I was the only one going crazy about all this.
Yeah. But I feel the same way. Like, I look at people's Instagrams and I'm like, oh, wow, they're so perfect. They've got it together. And people look at my Instagram like that as well. Like, I had an interview the other day for a dating TV show. And one of the first things the guy tells me is he's like, you've got it all together. He found me through Instagram. He was like, you've got it all together. You've got your own company. You're fit. You're healthy. You're pretty, blah, blah, blah. The only thing you're missing is love, it looks like. I was just like, I don't think I'm missing it, actually. But I was like,
perfectly happy with that.
Yeah, I'm like, I love myself. That's all I need. As I'm like,
a true single woman.
Amen.
And a woman.
But he was like going off and he's like, oh, if you only knew. I was like, I don't know if anyone is ever financially where they want to be because the number can always be higher and higher and higher. I don't know. But I just thought it was really funny that he said that. And he's like, wow, that's what you got from my Instagram? That's
Should
cool.
We be posting like uglier things or less good like, I don't even post good photos. All my photos would be like standing on some random person's porch being like, hey.
Well, according to him, I look real lonely on my Instagram. So
we see that it's just you in your post. Would you like to add a +1?
Oh my gosh. I swear, social media sometimes.
But I guess like
so
the
funny.
moral of our story is that social media is very misleading. So if you are comparing yourself to other people on it, just stop. You're going to be so much happier.
Yeah, honestly, just don't compare yourself to anyone.
That's a good point.
We're all on our own boat, doing our own thing. I don't have my boat yet, but it's coming.
We're rowing our boats at different paces.
Yeah, like we're all put here for different reasons. So, if I'm lonely right now, then I'm just kidding. I just think it's so funny the guy had to throw me out there like that.
Did you hear that, guys? She's lonely right now.
I'm actually doing really good. The guy just made it sound so awkward. And this is like a recorded interview. And it's literally, I'm on FaceTime with the guy. And it's like, So
she had to break down in tears and tell them how lonely she was so that she could be considered
for the TV show.
For the
Yeah.
TV
He was
show.
like, you've really got to sell that you're looking for someone. I was like, I am looking for someone, guys.
She is looking for someone. Megan, could you describe to us the kind of man that you're looking for? Does he trim his toenails?
You know, I think actually I have someone in mind. I'm not gonna say who because what if I know we're gonna meet. I've put it out to the universe so many times, but he doesn't know I exist yet. But maybe one day. No, just kidding. There's like a few cute people I'm talking to, but you know, just I'm enjoying being me. My last relationship was just so dramatic and psycho that I'm just not ready to get in one already. So
It really was.
let me be lonely because I'm enjoying it. But no, if I do get accepted for this TV show, I would really like a man.
Yes.
I do.
That was a little bit off topic, but honestly, that's what our podcast is about.
Well, it was about social media.
Oh, yeah.
The guy thinks I have it together. I do have it together.
You know who does have it together, though? You know those TikToks of the people traveling? And it's like, and it's like all these cool videos? I do compare myself to them, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I gotta go on a vacation, and then I go on a vacation, and I forget to take a picture or a video, and I'm like, dang it. No one will know.
No one knows.
Now nobody knows.
We went on a vacation last weekend to the wilderness.
To the woods. We were in the woods.
It was fun. We saw a moose.
To the woods.
Since we've been talking about living in the moment, being present, Casey and I wanted to tell a story about one of the weekends, let's just say, that we were fully living in the moment. It was such a great time.
We were living in the moment. And I think it's so fun to look back on, too, because there's so many people and so many, like, different wild, fun things that we got to do just by, like, being present with the people around us that we were meeting and just, like, having the confidence to be like, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went to the Keys.
Last minute trip to the Keys. It was a busy weekend, I guess, because we could barely find a hotel.
It was a very busy weekend. There were so many bachelor parties there.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So we went down there, and what was the first crazy thing that happened?
Well, it was just Casey and I. We were supposed to go down with some of my friends, and they bailed. And you guys need to stop doing that to me. It's really getting annoying. So Casey and I were like, we're still going. We drove down to the Keys. We had this Airbnb to ourselves. It was actually
really nice.
It was so cute, right on Duval Street. It was a great time. So we have a favorite spot down there called, what is it, Ricky's?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Favorite bar. Best bar ever.
Yeah, it's so fun. It has like a club, live music, and a bar all in one. So you can kind of choose your vibe.
And like downstairs is a strip club.
No, that was a different place.
No, but there were 2 strip clubs, remember?
Yeah,
Sad
but
one?
it's a different company.
Yeah, but it's right there.
The sad
Whatever.
one. That's coming to the story. But yeah, anyways, we were at Rick's, just having a good time.
Great time. All the videos of me there, I am living. That girl is happy.
Yeah, we were living our best life. And this group of men came up to us, this bachelor group, and we were like, okay, they seem fun and cute. There was one guy that I was like, yeah, he's cute. Let's hang out with him. And so they were like, oh, well, we're going to go to the strip club because it's a bachelor party, you know. So we were like, okay. And Casey had never been. And so I was like, well, welcome to your first strip club, Casey. So we go in, and it was just not the vibe.
It was kind of depressing. They didn't look happy at all to be stripping.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, we're going to leave. And the men were like, well, we want to go with you. So somehow they found another strip club. I didn't even know Key West had this many strip clubs, but they found another one. And that one was a really good time.
It was such a good time. It was so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. It was so fun, though. All the guys, like, they had all this money, and they were just, you know, ready to give it to the strippers, but May had started dancing instead. So then they started giving all the money to Megan, and she's just living. And I'm over there in the corner with like my legs crossed. I got a pile of money in my hand. I'm just having like a deep conversation with one of the guys.
She was.
And Megan's just over there collecting rent. And then the strippers started getting mad because we were getting their money instead of them. And so I think we had to leave.
They kicked us out. But it's okay. The men left with us. So.
Okay. So then we went back to our Airbnb, went to bed, woke up. One of the dudes was on our pull-out mattress, and he ended up being, who's that guy from The Bachelor?
Luke. Whose season was he?
Oh, like
kind of brown.
He was on yeah. He was his roommate, and we were just like, what? And then we saw all these pictures of them together, and they were roommates, and he was just asleep on our couch.
He didn't leave either. When we woke him up in the morning, we were like, we've got to go. And he's like, all right. And goes back to sleep. I was like,
we were like, we're going snorkeling. Do you want to get out? And he's like, I'm going to go back to bed.
Yeah.
I got some rest to catch up.
So we left this man.
Anyways, next evening, no, we went to the pool party.
Yeah. Snorkeling got canceled. It was a little windy.
But then, anyways, living in the moment, went to a pool party.
Found another bachelor party.
Yes.
It was also cute.
They were cute as well. But we could not spend the day with them because we found ourselves living in the moment somewhere else. Megan, how did we end up there?
There was a cute old man. Okay, I can't say cute because you guys will take it literal. There was an old man at the bar all by himself.
When she says old, this man was pushing 80s. I'm not kidding. High 70s, pushing 80 years old.
But he was all alone, guys. And I was like, oh, if that was my grandpa, I would want someone to hang out with him. So I went over to this man. I was like, Casey, I'm going to buy him one drink and that's it. And she was like, no. So I ditched her. Well, I didn't ditch her. I was just like, give me a minute. And so I go buy this man a drink. She turns around. I am swarmed by a whole pile of old men. He had friends, and I don't know where they came from.
He was not alone.
He was not alone. There was a whole crew of them. And so before you know it, they're buying me drinks. I was like, all right, cool. So then they were like, we got a yacht. You guys want to come? We got like a whole group coming. And I was talking to Casey, and I was like, well, yeah. But we had to ditch the cute guys because the old man didn't want the cute guys on the boat. And so I was like, we'll meet you later tonight to the cute guys.
Remember earlier when we were talking about like if you're a 3 but you have a boat, really pushes up your numbers?
Yeah, this is it. And so yeah, there was like a big group of girls. I know this is something like your parents tell you not to do, you see in the movies not to do, but like
I recommend it.
We had a great time.
Best time.
And like we were smart about it. You know, my mom has my location. We're good. But
she sees we're in the middle of the ocean. She'd be right after us.
She would. But we went with like a huge group of girls. Some of them were older, so you know we felt a little safer. But we all went on their boat and we just had a great time. Had some drinks, talked. Like these old men were so funny. And I remember taking a video. And when I'm done, the old guy goes, "Oh, you've got to send me this. My grandkids won't believe it." And I was like, "Oh my gosh."
We no joke. Okay, so we went to that pool party in the afternoon. We met them like not too long after being there. We didn't leave their boat until the sun was down. Like it was completely dark. Yeah. And we just remember like looking outside and we were like, oh my gosh, we gotta go get ready for the bar. Like we gotta go. We stayed there like talking and laughing with these old men for hours.
They had some good stories. It was so fun.
And then we're like, oh, gotta go. And we start literally, we're in our bikinis. We're sprinting through town. Everyone's like already in their night clothes. We're sprinting through town. Completely stop because we smelled pizza and U-turned, grabbed a pizza, ate it, finished sprinting back, got ready for the bar, lived in the moment a little bit more that night.
There is a bar in Key West and you go to the rooftop and it's a nude bar. And well, you know, we were living in the moment.
You are allowed to streak through the bar.
Yeah.
And some people did.
Not us. Of course not us.
It was definitely not us, Mom and Dad. But there was a cute blonde and redhead that definitely did it, for sure.
Not just us. We got a whole group of people to do it with us.
All those, like, that hot bachelor party that we met earlier, they did it with us, too, because we were all like a rock, paper, scissors to be like, okay, who's streaking through the bar? And then we were like, I think we all kind of wanted to, so we were like, let's all do it. And then there was just like some random older guy standing near us that was listening to us, and he was like, do you guys mind if I join?
Yeah.
We're like, the more the merrier, my man.
But when you get up there, it's not just like a lot of people hanging out naked. No, everyone's clothed except for like the old men.
Like,
they're
maybe
just like
2 old guys that are full naked.
Yeah.
But everyone else has clothes on, so it's not like it's not welcoming of a naked space.
No, that's why we were like, okay, we're just like, loser has to just run through and we're out.
1 lap and get out of there.
We actually ended up having a great time. We stayed out there for a minute.
We danced in like the middle of the dance floor for like 20 minutes. And then we're like, should we go? Should we get out of here?
Yeah. No, that weekend was just so fun, and we just lived in the moment. Like, we're young. That was one of the times it was like, what are we going to tell our grandkids when we're old? And
well, it was just like a weekend that like we went and like spontaneously did, and while we were there, we weren't worried about anything back home or like any of our problems or whatever. Like, we were just out there to have fun and enjoy, and we did.
Yeah.
And now we look back at it all the time, and it
was like one of the best. Yeah. It was fun. We weren't judging anyone. They were judging us. We didn't know them, so we didn't care. Yeah. It was just so fun. And some people that hear this story, they have all put that bar on their list of places to go to. So nobody judge us. We will be expecting the DMs on you guys asking the name of that bar.
We are planning another trip to the Keys, so maybe we'll have more stories soon.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But that's just one example of how we lived in the moment and had fun. You guys can do it too.
You don't have to go to our extent. I know we're a little extreme, but like,
yeah, that was a bit much.
I just live life. I just don't care what other people think. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Just living life.
Don't worry about what other people think. Also, if you guys have any stories like that, relatable, that are really funny and you want to share, please share them with us.
Please do. We say this every episode, and like nobody shares. Other than we did get our first hater. That was fun.
Oh, we totally got a hater.
Yeah.
Well, Megan got a hater. I don't know who would hate me.
We're not gonna like specifically say who it is because, well, honestly, I don't know who they are. I just know that they follow me and they know a little too much about me, and I don't think they like me at all. So that was fun. I mean, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right in life.
That's true. So we've made it. We're hated.
Hey, look, Mom, I made it. I already told my mom we made it, actually.
I've actually told everyone that this is going very, very well, and it's totally blowing up.
It is, actually. We've been doing really good. And it was so cute. All of you guys that wrote us, and when we said we were taking the week off, you guys were sad. And that just made us happy to know that you guys listened to it and that you're enjoying it.
And every Wednesday, so now you found a new one.
Yeah.
But yeah, send us your crazy stories so that, I mean, we already feel good about our crazy stories, but it'll just be fun to chit-chat about
We need more to come, we do.
So, I mean, that's kind of all we really have today. It was a little random. We've been so busy this week, so
yeah, back in the hometown is always so busy.
It is busy. So we kind of ran through some random things for this one, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I do too. And the NFL one is coming up for all of you guys that keep asking. It'll be there.
It is. And it's coming soon. We're working on it, communicating, getting it scheduled.
Yeah. So it'll be good. But until then, we are going to tap out.